$4 trillion. Yes, exactly. In the upcoming years, these networks will be attacked with quadrillions of dollars. As of right now, there are 25 billion, not even a single trillion, on the chain. You may also think I'm insane for mentioning quadrillions of dollars. The global reset is this. We discussed this reset a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and more than 4 years ago, and it is currently taking place. The Internet of Value is this. Ripple forewarned us about this. All of these large institutions were telling us this. And you know what? We're involved. This is just the beginning of it. The instant a dollar made contact with a public network. It began formally at that point. We have more than $25 billion on the line, and this is only the first step. When we consider XRP, its number has rapidly increased by 34% over the past 30 days. Right now, we're close to $160 million. And if we really take a look at this, we can scroll down to see exactly what has happened over the past 30 days. In the T-bill vault, the open is required. This includes U.S. Treasury securities worth up to $45 million, followed by short-term U.S. government bonds. Additionally, that amounts to more than $30 billion or $30 million. Aside from that, there are still a few items in the XRP ledger. However, I want you all to understand that this is only the first stage. Practically everything hasn't yet flooded the XRP ledger. We know that there are more than 5 stablecoins proven to be on the XRP ledger, yet for the same reason, we only have 2 stablecoins here. And that's in the upcoming weeks and months, you know. The tokenized value of the XRP ledger keeps increasing. It will be home to billions, tens of billions, hundreds of billions, and eventually trillions of dollars, I do think. Taking that into consideration, I also believe that XRP will be worth trillions of dollars. And you may be asking yourself, well, Nick, what makes you think that? Why do you feel so sure of that? Because the amount of money that is available will fill this area. Additionally, if we consider the XRP ledger and XRP, it has been dominating the market for well over 10 years. XRP and the XRPL are popular among institutional participants. In terms of institutional DeFi use cases and even tokenized use cases, Ripple is essentially forcing the XRP ledger onto institutional actors as well. These kinds of projects, which are essentially entirely utility-based and have tangible value attached to them, are anticipated to emerge in this field in the upcoming years. In the future, when trillions of dollars are transferred via these networks on a daily basis, XRP will be worth trillions of dollars. Additionally, we observe that some of these networks' demand is increasing quickly. Because it powers this network, that will have a big effect on the underlying gas token, also known as XRP. In light of the current situation, the SEC Crypto Task Force has announced that it will hold a number of roundtables throughout the United States. Additionally, let's genuinely open this up as soon as possible. I'll simply take a peek. This relates to some of the significant initiatives that we have recently seen. Tokenization, for instance, will undoubtedly be a major topic of discussion. But if we take a closer look at the quote, we want to hear from those who might not have been able to participate in previous policy-making attempts and were unable to attend the roundtables that were held in Washington, D.C. this past spring. The Crypto Task Force wants to make sure that our outreach is as thorough as possible because we are well aware that any legislative framework would have far-reaching repercussions. And this is really intriguing because, once more, when we consider what is happening, we see that the SEC is now willing to collaborate with this industry to ensure that they get this right. Because, guess what? The United States will rapidly lag behind the competition if they fail to get this properly. Right now, this is a global tech race, and doing this right is a worldwide race as well. Because the US is winning if we can have hundreds of trillions of dollars on chain on US-based blockchain networks, or at least call them that. And for that reason, we are concentrating on networks like XRP, Stellar, and Algorand. Furthermore, if we go over here, Caroline DePim has stated that the CFTC will begin a crypto sprint today in order to collaborate closely with the SEC. Hester Pearson Paul Atkins will realize SEC Gov Project Crypto and fulfill President Trump's pledge of a crypto golden age. America has returned. The CFTC gets involved in this once more. Already know that Ripple met with the CFTC in 2022, especially with Caroline DePim. We are seeing the change. Paul Atkins also stated that all of the money is coming on chain when we consider him. This is a huge compliment to subjective opinions. Trillions are not what we're discussing. Consider quadrillions. And I would like to take a moment. Consider the size of a quadrillion dollars. $1 trillion is beyond our comprehension, much less a quadrillion. Guys, there is still a significant quantity of money that has not yet been touched by these public networks, cryptocurrency, or a market with a market capitalization of less than $4 trillion. Think 100 times larger than that, guys, regardless of how bullish you are. The biggest worldwide movement in history is just getting started. An attempt is being made to center this on-chain financial revolution in the United States. It is therefore foolish to wager against American-made cryptocurrency enterprises. And I do agree. For this reason, we are concentrating on Ripple. We are concentrating on Stellar, Hedera, and Algorand for this reason. You are missing the overall picture, which also involves a significant sum of money if you are not locked in at this moment. In addition to this, Dom Thok is over here. Yes, I did include this. Want to bring this up again because, as I mentioned in a recent video, we heard from the SEC. Thank you for viewing. Goodbye.